Hey everybody, Mandolin down here at the Landon again. It's been a few days since I've been up here talking to you, hasn't it? You know, the time has just felt very distorted, especially since the new moon and my trip. You have these expectations, like you think you know how everything's going to flow, and then you get thrown a curveball a little bit. And that's not saying that things aren't going as they're supposed to. That's just saying that maybe there's some adjustments that you need to make along the way. So, this is an exciting time. I was aware, like I said, of different energies floating around, interactions with other people, noticing things around me as far as just daily goings on, what stopped, what hasn't. We had the holiday season here, so a lot of stuff stopped. And everything kind of snuck up on me. It one day didn't make a difference from 3 or 4 days. An hour was a minute. So there's been a lot of time distortion. There's still a lot of shifting in the energies going on. So I instinctively checked the astrology, which I finally came to when it just got to the point that I was having to search out the answer. And the full moon and the lunar eclipse have snuck up on me. So I know this is a little bit last minute, but never have a doubt that things happen the way that they are supposed to. And I'm going to try not to make this too long because there's a couple videos I would like for you to go and watch. They actually reinforced what I've been getting and what I've been feeling. I've been talking for a long time about death transition, and that is still a theme in the things that are going on, the things that have to be achieved to facilitate this shift, this ascension, this evolutionary step that we are making. I noticed thinking about this and what I'm feeling now and realizing that everything had snuck up, that there are new energies available. And as I was listening to especially Molly McCord's message, she just has a way of translating it from the energies to the English, as I like to say, that makes it make a lot of sense. You're able to apply it to your situation, to your experience. So I'm not going to try and go on too long because I think it's beneficial for you to watch not only maybe what I put up there and see if it resonates, but also it might lead into something that resonates more succinctly with your experience. Another thing, since these energies have come in, there's also been anxiety and uncertainty come in. Because even though these are energies that we asked for, that we asked to facilitate our ascension, to facilitate our new experience that we're manifesting, we're not familiar with them. And so, new, uncertain, not sure how it's going to turn out, where there's something that we would never have tried in the old energies. Now it is very appropriate to not only try it, but to succeed at that. And I've been really gotten the message to trust myself. If you have a truth that is in alignment with the all, I'm sitting here looking at this lizard crawling around over here too. But if you have that truth that's aligned with the all, that's in balance, is in alignment, then you're going to be manifesting out of pure intent, and you can trust yourself. And perhaps that's one of the newest energies that we're having to get used to, is being able to trust ourselves. Shifting to a time not only where we're trusting ourselves. Do you ever reach out and help somebody? So why do you do it? If your focus is that you know that's something you're able to do, number one, and number two, it's something that's beneficial to the other person or to the situation, then you have just improved the world in one little bit, but it still made a difference. So look for your energies to be in alignment. That's very important. I've been seeing a lot of shooting stars, like almost nightly. And I've been, like I said, I'm sitting here looking at the lizard, very in tune with nature, very in tune, because these cycles tell of other things. I know that when the leaves are falling off of the trees, it's going to start getting colder soon. It's still a little chilly, not really cold yet, and nothing like the cold that RJ of RJ Inspires just went through. And another thing that I've been noticing, is it really that I'm in tune with the natural world? Is it really that I'm in tune with just the natural world? No, I'm in tune with the supernatural world, with the things that that we don't speak of and we don't really understand. So also reviews of past life experiences. That helps to explain the time distortion that we're feeling, because if you're hopping from experience to experience, squeezing every last little thing out of that lesson, out of that experience, then you might be feeling some time distortion because we are still in this physical body and connected to that construct. The ability to examine things from a higher frequency, that's become very natural to me, but I found that it's been unsettling to other people. They see it as perhaps cold, and really it's about being analytical and taking the emotion out of it. However, in dealing with people in emotionally charged situations, I'm finding that I have to adjust that to who I'm dealing with, or the situation that I'm dealing with, and what their energetic frequency at that moment is, because it can also create hurt feelings unnecessarily. It can create misunderstandings. And so we always have to be aware. But again, focusing on your truth, not straying from your truth, because these tests are going to come up. It's like testing your mettle. Are you ready to take that next step, which is right around the corner? Again, your truth, okay, your authenticity, very important. Your intent, very important. You must come from a place of love, a place of pure intent. And you must leave behind the duality that throws us into so many competitive situations and situations of judgment. The full moon chart, I'm pretty much going to leave to the astrologists, which you will find listed in the description. And while you're down there in description, it's a good time to go like, share. If you're not subscribed, hop on. And I'd love to have that energy brought here. It's about sharing experiences that gives us a better experience. And of course, most definitely leave a comment, because I love to hear what's going on in your world. So before examining the full moon chart, I looked at the chart of the moment. And Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto are still all in Capricorn. Capricorn is the ruling sign of Saturn. So it's going to be stronger there. So Capricorn is all about discipline, order. It can signify government, security. All of this is also in the 10th house of career, your outward, your public image, and ambition and power. So Saturn talks about responsibility and work ethic, overcoming obstacles to achieve a goal or a desire. And it's also very strong in Capricorn. So it can also bring those energies of dictatorial energies, being dictators or overbearing or selfish, or it can bring mean behavior, just like catty, as we call it sometimes. Jupiter's all about expansion, luck, generosity, joy, happiness. And in Capricorn, that translates into hard work and willpower and ambition to achieve what that expansion and that growth is bringing you towards. And Pluto, of course, the death and the rebirth, the transformation, wiping the slate clean, starting over, getting a new canvas. And all of these things are cooperating to ready us for the shift from Capricorn to Aquarius that is coming up. You've got to realize what you're shifting from this time of order. See, this has to be torn down. This is why Pluto, and it's all cooperating there. You're seeing all of this play out around you. And that's what paves the way for the Aquarian energy. So we've got Mars in Aries, okay? And it's strong because it's in its home sign. So Mars in Aries means action, physical energy, and physical manifestation of thoughts and ideas, bringing action to the thoughts and the ideas. It's very intense. And it's in the 12th house, the house of secrets, sorrows, and self-sabotage. I have some interesting opinions about some of these things where people, oops, how did I let that information fall into those hands? None of this is by accident. It's all right up there in the astrology. And then we've got Venus in Scorpio. So there's intense emotions. It can bring about the feelings of being demanding or controlling of somebody. And it can also bring about sensitivity and jealousy. So if you're feeling these things, recognize it for what it is and bring yourself into a place, because it's not that those are bad things, but it's got to be in balance. Keep it in check, so to say. Is it reasonable? And then recognize it, because you do owe it to yourself to recognize and validate your feelings before transmutation. That's a pure transmutation. So all of this is a time of bringing out things to test you, to test your mettle. Are you really ready for the higher frequency experience that you are manifesting, that was just conceived at the new moon? Another thing I found interesting are the houses that are empty. The third house of communication is empty. The fourth house of home life, things that you're protective over, is empty. The fifth house, the house of the heart, creativity, sexuality, sensuality, that one's empty. And the 11th house of hopes, friends, wishes, some say nature, Gaia, the seasons. It can also represent the parental relationship, which is parallel to the relationship between the earth and to humanity upon the earth. So all of these houses are empty. There's no planets lending their energy. And what I'm getting out of this is that it is truly a time of self-defining, of trusting your own skills that you've been working on, of realizing the shifted energies that are moving forward, that are moving you forward, and that you are agreeing to go forward with. The full moon is going to be November 30th at 4:29 a.m. my time at 8 degrees 37 minutes, rounded up to 9. And it's also going to be a lunar eclipse, so it's full moon in Gemini. Okay? And there's also going to be this lunar eclipse that goes on for 4 hours, starting at looks like 2:32 my time in the morning, which will be Monday morning. Go to bed Sunday night, that Monday morning. And it's interesting to me that the eclipse is happening. You know, it's like we're checking the shadows at 9 degrees in Gemini. A time of transformation. Check the shadows. We're transforming. We are looking at the new here, expanding, learning, utilizing the skills, the gifts, the knowings that have come about in this cycle, and also preparing us for the blockbuster time of the solstice on the 21st, the conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. All of these things happening at once. There's going to be another eclipse, solar eclipse, in December. There's so much going on. And when there's this much going on, that tells you that there's a lot of things getting ready to happen. Do not get caught up in the world around you. Always check yourself with your truth. Trust nature, trust the seasons, let it communicate with you. Don't underestimate the value of what it's saying. And here the wind is picking up and blowing. It's all around you all the time. And you must operate from a place of unconditional love, from a place of curiosity, from a place of trusting yourself. Knowing that it is okay to believe. It's a time of believing in yourself, of believing in the magic that is you. Let's watch the love that grows in spite of what's going on around us, and embrace that and let it bring your light forth. Shine at your fullest capacity, no matter what, because there's gratitude. There's gratitude to be here. There's gratitude to be the divine you that is connected to the all. So much love, much peace, and much satisfaction. Bye, y'all.